Hello,
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 hello, hello. Happy
hello.
Sunday.
Happy Sunday.
Happy
Welcome.
Sunday.
Welcome to another episode of Mama Said It. She said it. She
Yes.
said what she said when she said what she said.
I'm okay.
How you
No
doing,
complaints.
Plum?
No
Well, all
complaints.
right,
No
no
complaints.
complaints. Good. Okay, that's
No
good. No
complaints.
complaints. A complaint could be a
Yeah.
good complaint though. It don't
Well,
have to be a
yeah.
bad complaint,
I don't
right?
know. Complaints typically, I thought complaints are typically surrounded by negative.
Typically are well
Yeah,
known
yeah.
as
So
being
I don't have
bad.
no
Yes.
complaints. None at all.
Awesome.
Yes.
Awesome. Glad to hear that. How was your
I
Sunday?
did
Did you go to
not get a chance
church?
to go to church, but I did get a chance to catch up on some uh like cleaning, little things like that. But no, I didn't get a chance to go to church. Our pastor actually they were on vacation, and we did still have service though. But I didn't get a chance to make it to church though.
Okay, you had service today. Okay,
Yeah, we still
good.
had service. Yeah.
Awesome, awesome. Okay, good. And y'all can still see your service online as well, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay. All right,
Absolutely.
that's good. Well, we're gonna jump into our topics for today. This is the last Sunday of the month.
It
The
is.
last.
I can't believe we're like so far gone. Like as far as like it's already about to be July. Like, and it felt like it just turned 2025. So yeah, that's a lot.
That's what I said.
Yeah.
Yes, I agree with you 100%. Um, that's the strangest part. Oops, let me see here. What am I doing? Okay, so I need to correct something here. Um, yes, but let me just say this is that today we're going to be focusing on grants, money. We're going to talk about some politics and stuff like that.
Okay.
But our main topic today is going to be surfacing around grants and monies and things of that nature.
Okay.
I do want to say that it's still Cancer Month.
Mhm.
Those who are celebrating birthdays, there's been a lot of birthday celebration, of course, this week.
Yes.
Um, I went to a few parties yesterday, did
I
my
know.
little pop ins.
Hmm.
They did a celebration for Barbara and Ted and Barbara Williams,
Hmm.
who was just a life, laugh, love celebration, giving honor and respect to two beautiful couples who mean a lot to our family, who was our cousins, and their children, grandchildren, great grands, and friends and family got together yesterday and celebrated them. And they had Barbara, who is a New Brunswick Senior High School graduate, class of 1965, along with my and
Hmm.
Montgomery and other ladies. They attended the celebration yesterday, so it was good to see. I believe it was six of the women queens who got together yesterday to celebrate the celebration. But the class of 1965 was in the house, which
Woo!
was a blessing. Yeah, so to
1965. Whoa.
1965, child.
Woo.
1960, I was a toddler, barely walking. 1965. Thank y'all so much for joining. Come on in, come on
Yes.
in. Sharing is caring. Like I said earlier, we're going to be talking about grants today. We're going to be talking about money, how to get some money, how to get some grants. Um,
Hmm.
we do want to say happy birthday to Diane and Bonnie and Madeline and our cousin Bay May. Her birthday was yesterday.
Okay.
My dad was yesterday. God
Yesterday.
rest in peace, Daddy. We miss you. We love you. So many was
Hmm.
like June 28th. I know I'm missing
Yeah.
somebody, but happy birthday to those who are celebrating a birthday. Um, anyone you want to shout out, Shakira?
Pop up. That's the first one that comes to mind
Or
that
Pop
I
Up?
can think of. Yeah.
Happy birthday!
much for joining. Please stick around. We're going to be talking about grants. We're going to be talking about money. Please chime in. Please chime in. Ask questions if you have any questions. A lot of businesses are needing capital right now, and a lot of startups, people who are looking to engage and go into business for the first time, they're looking for money.
Mm-hmm.
Businesses who have been around for a long time are looking for money. Individuals who don't have a business, we're going to talk to you
Mm-hmm.
too. You may be looking for money. I want to be able to pour some
Absolutely.
information into you. This information that I'm sharing today is free. It's not going to cost you a dime to stick around. This show is
Mm-hmm.
only 1 hour long. So once that
Yes.
1 hour is up, we are off. So
Yes.
please, please stay engaged. So thank you so much for chiming in. Thank you so much, Dorothy, for joining us. Please don't forget to share. See, when you share, that means it shows up on your page. When you share, that means it shows up on your page. So sharing is caring. Now, one of the
Yes.
things I wanted to talk about today to start off is I want to apologize to those who were looking for us on a pop up last week. We weren't able to do a pop up. We got extremely busy, and before we know it, time just got away from us. So
Mm-hmm.
we definitely want to apologize to you all who were looking for us for a pop up. Please, please, please forgive us. Please forgive us. One other thing I do want to say, this week was really busy because they were ending the Diddy's trial.
Mm-hmm.
It was ending Diddy's trial. So, what I want to ask you this question, and I want to get your point of view,
Mm-hmm.
is do you think, I mean, many of you may have been chiming in on his trial, having your
Mm-hmm.
own point of view. I know a lot of commentators have been having a lot of remarks to say, their
Mm-hmm.
opinions, suggestions. Do you think Diddy will walk, or do you think they're going to give him some time
Well, he already sitting, so let's start there. He's
or more
already in there.
time? More
Yeah,
time.
let's so I think that me personally, I think he would get time served and he would get some type of probation. Or I do not think that they're gonna let. I don't know because like watching the trial, it can go either way. Like when you're looking at listening to the defense, it's just like oh, and then you listen to the other side, you're like they proved that, or they brought this up, or they rebutted that in a good way. So it's kind of like it's kind of 50-50. So I don't know. Um, but I don't think he should be the only one go. I've always felt this way when they bring down big people like that. If it is true, everybody involved need to go to jail, not just Diddy.
Mm.
Everybody that was a participant. And I'm pretty sure with Cassie's situation, with them making it seem as though that she was involved with setting up stuff, I'm pretty sure she might have gotten a deal out of it. Like, well, we'll give you a deal on that or whatever. We won't
Well,
bring no
she did.
charge.
She got a settlement for P. Diddy. I mean, I feel as though when she got that settlement, she shouldn't have been able to come back and testify like that. That's
No,
just my
no,
opinion.
I'm talking about her setting up the freak offs. That part of it,
Oh,
like actually
yes, she
making
did.
the phone calls and setting stuff up. So I feel like everybody, if he go, everybody got to go. Same thing like with R. Kelly. If he went, all the mamas and fathers that sold their kids allegedly, they need
Allegedly.
to go. Okay,
Allegedly.
everybody, the limo driver, the people that booked the flights for the little girls, and all, everybody involved needs to go to jail. So that's
Do
how I
you
feel like.
think do you think they need to go to jail because they did not confess and come forth and say what
Absolutely,
was going on, what they
accomplice.
seen?
Accomplice. You are an
Wow.
accomplice to a crime. You
Wow, that's
knowingly know what's
crazy.
going on and you're still doing what you're doing. That is an accomplice. So for me, you don't get no pity for that. I'm sorry. And they are, and I always feel as though that all with us black folks, it always comes up when something is awry. He wanted to sue allegedly or whatever is going on with, I don't know if it was Ciroc or some brand of liquor. Now all of a sudden all this stuff is like people
Yeah.
listen. P. Diddy been doing these parties, as you can see in the courtroom. They bringing back stuff from the 90s. Like he's been doing this.
Yeah.
Now all of a sudden, like it's weird.
That
It's
is weird.
weird.
That is where
Yeah, that's
it's
weird.
definitely doesn't sound. This past week it was strange because there was a videotape that came forth regarding
Mm-hmm.
Cassie threatening to unalive someone. I was like, "Whoa, not our
Yeah,
innocent Cassie." That was
yeah.
what? did she talk about? She gonna unalive somebody? I was
Well,
so,
it was based off of them finding one of the freak off videos.
oh, I was so shocked to hear her.
Yeah.
She didn't even sound like she was really a threat, to be honest with
No,
you. But it was just the
not
point
at all.
that she was the way she, she was. She had a threat, regardless of
Yeah.
whether. But she was saying that she'll get somebody else to do it. That's the part that was like,
Yeah.
wow,
Yeah.
girlfriend, you might
Yeah.
not be as innocent as all of us are
No.
thinking. When I
No.
heard that, I was like, wait a minute, what's
Yeah.
going on here? So you
Absolutely.
think that he may get more time?
No, I think he may get probation. I don't think he's going to be still sitting in jail. I don't think he's going to get 10, 15 years. I don't think whatever the max is, I don't think he's going to get that. I don't even think he's going to. They may give him a year, a couple years. I don't. Who knows? And
Yeah,
I say this to you people. This is a distraction. Please watch it. Now, my husband always have to tell me what's going on with the news, but typically when stuff like this is going on in media, it's because it's something bigger brewing that we
right.
really should be paying attention
Sure,
to.
sure,
So,
sure. It's always that way. It's always something else that is lingering, that we don't know about, but we just got to keep our eyes and ears opened so we can
yeah,
be able to not be sleep when they filter through filter things through that we're unaware of.
yeah.
So
My husband's on my TikTok. He said, "Dirty Diddy, unalived, allegedly unalived Biggie, and always ruined people's lives. Hope he gets put under he double hockey stick."
what? Oh, now see, I don't
But
wish he.
they do have a lot of documentaries about death surrounding Diddy, and it's very like if you ever watch some of them, and it's like everybody popping up on a lot. It's like very.
But
They
see, this is
even
the thing. People can make things appear to be something that's
absolutely,
not. That editing is,
absolutely.
it could change
No,
your life.
I'm not talking about editing. I'm talking about the fact that the person is no longer here. Those are
Yeah.
those are facts. If people are
Well, the
no
person
longer
is no
here,
longer here, but it could be underlying circumstances as to why
absolute,
the
yes,
person
yeah,
no longer here. But that doesn't necessarily mean that P. Diddy. But I'm just saying, I've seen how the media can do a person, and it can change an
absolutely,
innocent person's life. So you
yeah,
got to be mindful of those things, that it don't be something that could be, uh, unaliving is one thing, being a victim is another, and being responsible and actually doing it is something totally different.
yeah,
And in my the way I see it. Now, I don't
yeah.
think P. Diddy is innocent by no means. I don't think he's innocent.
No,
But I
no, and I
also
think
don't
he's
believe
capable. I
that
think
all
he's
the
very
people who
capable.
I don't believe all the people who participated either are innocent.
Oh no, that's why I said everybody needs to go to jail. I just think that from what we've seen on the video, because if I didn't see that Cassie video, would I have thought that he was doing all this? She said yeah, but when you see it live in living color, it's coming. It's like, come on.
Yeah.
Like, it wasn't like, it wasn't like he was trying to get her off of him. It was like like, it was crazy,
Yeah.
so that
She
within itself,
volunteered.
yeah. So it's very,
Yeah.
very unfortunate.
The person can like something, this bliss, you go on a honeymoon, and oh my goodness, I'm in love. And then 5 years later, y'all sitting on this opposite side of the couch. You know what I'm saying? So was it very
Yeah.
interesting and intriguing when she first got involved? And then after a while,
Of
it just
course.
wore off and it was no longer something that she wanted to do, because now she
Yeah.
wanted to have children, she wanted to have a family. So it's all
Mhm.
different types of things you have to take into consideration as to what makes a person change from where they
Yeah.
were before. And obviously,
Absolutely.
she wanted to have kids.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Hey Jasmine, hey
Yes,
Mike,
hey,
thanks so much
Jasmine.
for joining. Thanks so much for joining. We appreciate you. We certainly appreciate you. We were talking about P. Diddy, and we
Yeah.
wanted to know what your thoughts are. Do you think P. Diddy will walk, or will he be doing more time?
Yes. And that's a good question, Jasmine. What is he being charged with? From my understanding, I don't quote me, but I believe was it racketeering?
Racketeering.
racketeering,
trafficking.
trafficking, human trafficking,
Yes.
sex trafficking, um,
But see, this
kidnapping,
is the thing.
alleged
Okay.
kidnapping.
Okay. Trafficking, listen to this, sex trafficking and
Hmm.
long distance relationship is two different things, right? Agree or not?
Okay, yeah.
Two different things, right? So if a
Hmm.
person is living in Miami and travels to New York on a long distance relationship or going there to participate in an adult sexual activity, is that still sex trafficking?
I
Knowing
don't,
you
no,
you get
I
ready,
don't think if you're
you
a
get ready to
willing,
do a booty call, that's sex
no, if
trafficking?
you're, I mean, if you're a willing participant, then obviously no. But if from my understanding, obviously it's they feel coerced or they feel like their life is threatened if they don't go through with, like
I didn't
that's.
see, but where are all the witnesses that they were talking about? All these witnesses that's going to come forth. The only one I really seen was just like two, like the past member of the group, Cassie, and who else?
It was the sex worker, the guy that they used to come. It was a couple
Yeah,
people.
yeah, but
It
he
was
was
a couple
someone that was saying
people.
we were all adults, yeah, engaging in sex. So I mean, I'm like, I thought it was going to be all these people saying, no, I gave it up, and not he threatened me, or I thought I was going to hear a bunch of women
Well, obviously that's not always his twist, okay? Is
or
women.
men. Men. What
Yeah.
men came forth and said that he?
There were I didn't hear all testimonies of everybody, but I know there was people that testified to the
Yeah,
fact of what they're charging him with. Now, were there
yeah.
holes in people's testimony or seemed like, the other side came back and was able to fight it off? Yeah. Um, but Miss Linda said, she's on TikTok. She said the feds can't give him a sentence him if he isn't found guilty. Yeah, if
They
he's not
can't.
found guilty, he ain't getting nothing.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah. That's true.
yeah, so who
That's
knows?
true. It remains to be seen. So I guess in
Yeah,
the up and coming weeks, we'll know what's going on. But the word is, if he gets out, but people better be watching out. So I don't know, allegedly,
yeah.
how people are feeling, but there was a young lady who definitely made that statement.
Mm.
And I guess a whole lot of other people may feel people were saying,
Yeah,
where were all his friends and celebrities and things of that nature? But one thing you got to understand, some of them have families they got to take care of. They're promoting a product or service, or they have their own brand.
mhm,
They have to protect their brand, because if it's related to their
yeah. They
brand,
ain't getting involved in that
they lose
mess.
money.
Yeah, but you notice that certain people started to distance themselves.
Right.
I mean, people they dive in deep. People
Yeah.
unfollowing each other. Well, not unfollowing each other, but unfollowing Diddy or his. Like they wanted to disassociate
Yeah.
from anything he had going on. So
True.
yeah.
True. Yeah.
Um,
They did.
you said they dropped all the major charges.
Yeah, because they
Yeah,
knew it
charges.
wasn't going to stick.
Yeah, yeah, no,
They knew it wasn't going to stick. Good point. Yep.
yeah,
Sadly, but true.
yeah.
To change gears from Mr. P. Diddy, we wish all of them the best and hope things turn out, because he does have, what, 6, 7 children.
Mhm.
That's depending on him. So sometimes a person can make some mistakes and make some bad choices. Yeah. Have he ever been charged with unaliving someone? I never heard him being charged. Well, yeah, I think he was charged a few years ago, but he got off. So who am I? Who am I to judge?
Oh, I didn't hear that part.
I think he got off.
I
There
said
was
I didn't hear about that one. I know
something
about the
from college, some
nightclub.
guy from college or school. It was something years ago.
Oh,
But anyway, I think people have second and third chances in life is important. At least a second chance for sure.
mm.
Okay, so we're going to change gears. I didn't know whether you heard about this. After 50 years in America, a Purple Heart vet forced to self-deport. Did you hear about him?
I think you sent me the article about it.
Yeah, because I was like saying to myself, how in the world could this have happened?
Mm-hmm.
to someone who served the country. Now, let me just say this. This guy served the country, got an
Mm-hmm.
honorable discharge. While he was serving the country, got shot, almost died, got
Mm-hmm.
out, had PTSD, and got on drugs because I guess, I'm assuming if you're in so much pain, you need something to sustain that pain, to make that pain go away. Got on
Mm-hmm.
crack and, did his time, paid his time to society, got out, was clean for over, I think, 15 years. He was clean.
Mm-hmm.
And now they told him, if you don't deport yourself voluntarily, we're going to force you to deport. So he self deported himself, which I thought was so heartless.
It
But let
is.
me just play this clip.
A decorated Army vet hugs his mom goodbye, possibly for the last time. Why he's self-deporting after living in the U.S. for 50 years. Thanks again for joining us here on ABC 7, Hulu, and wherever you stream. I'm David Ono.
I'm Giovanna Latta. Se-Jun Park has been living in this country since he was 7 years old. He was wounded in combat fighting for this country.
But he has a conviction for a drug offense, and when ICE agents threatened to lock him up, he decided to self-deport. He shared his story with reporter Jai Cunningham.
Thanks for your service. I'm sorry.
Farewell pictures for Se-Jun Park. It was like a dream send-off, but this is not a fairy tale.
It's so real. Yeah, I was in disbelief to the last minute, but reality is hitting it real hard, and it's definitely real. And I really can't believe this.
And while there were well-wishers with signs, there were also 3 women who quietly on their own. His 2 aunties, as well as years ago that Se's mom brought him here to the United States when he was just a 7-year-old boy.
She's like early stage of like dementia right now. She's going through, so she's on and off. She kind of doesn't know really what's going on.
And he knows he will likely never see his mother again, or perhaps his adult son and daughter.
Oh, definitely I thought of that. Yeah, I won't be there for a funeral, like my daughter getting married. Just there's a lot of things, connected with it. I definitely know that.
Told to leave the country he's called home for nearly 50 years because
I was a drug addict. I was self-induced. I had a problem with drugs.
immigrants who commit murder, sexual assault, and drug dealing, all considered aggravated felonies in the eye of the law.
And I think generally in society, that is what people would consider very serious crimes. Also in immigration law, one of the things that they also consider apparently an
Park was convicted of a drug offense. The combat-injured U.S. Army veteran received the Purple Heart and is now self-deporting back to South Korea, somewhere he hasn't visited in decades, likely to never see loved ones again.
I was very lucky to deport myself, remove myself, because they were ready to lock me up. And that's so unfair. And so many people are getting locked up. Thank you, everyone.
And that was Jai Cunningham reporting. And now Park must start a new life without his family in South Korea, a country he left as a child and barely remembers.
That is crazy.
Yeah, that's
That's
wild.
crazy.
I do. Jarvis said he looks so happy to leave the U.S. He's smiling like a chester
Well, I
cat.
don't think he's happy at all because he stated in other interviews that he didn't want to leave. He didn't want to leave his kids, his
Yeah,
daughter, marriage is coming up, his son, grandchildren, his mother who was suffering from dementia.
yeah,
So I mean, and then he going to a country he don't even know in
yeah. He hasn't been there in a long time. He said.
30 years. He was 7 years and then he went back and visited 30 years ago. And now he's got to go there and start a life all over again. Why? Because the betrayal
Mm-hmm.
of the United States. And that's how I feel, period.
Yeah.
He was good enough to serve. Do you think that a veteran who served and accepted to serve, get an honorable discharge, should be deported?
No, absolutely not. I mean, I think that there's exceptions to rules. Okay, if you get out of the service and you do something, you know, extremely, out of, off left field, different things, but it's called due process. You have to go through you can't just be saying, you know what, we're going to like you want to get out of here. Like I feel like they picking who they want to pick. I feel like it's selective so they can see who the next group of people are going to be.
Yeah, because there's going to be a next group of people.
It's
Trust me.
going to be a next group. So
Yeah.
with that being said, you have to I don't know, just say village. I don't even know what to say at this point, because it's really not. I won't say it's nothing that we can do. I mean, we pray, of course, that's the most important thing. But that's ridiculous. You serve your country. You put your life on the line,
On the
and your
line.
country is like, get out of here.
Yeah. Get out. You're useless now. We don't need you anymore. You're too old. And it's just crazy to me.
Yeah, it is.
And it makes you feel like your children's children that are growing up right now, or kids that are 18 years old, they're like, why would I serve? I mean,
yeah. And that's the next thing, you guys. If there are not a lot of people that's willing to serve, don't you think they're going to put the draft back into place?
Of course they are. They ain't going to send their damn kids, though.
No, they're not.
They're not going to send their children or their children's
never.
children. All of them going to be safe.
Yeah, exactly.
But I'll be darned.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
It is. It is. It really is.
And when they say life isn't fair, this is an example of life not being fair. But we know that people may plan it to be one way, but we know a higher existence that have a bigger plan, that all of what they're doing right now may not come to fruition at all.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the part that we need to stay mindful of. Now, Rita, hello there, young lady. How are you doing? How are you doing? Now, last week I got a few marks, a warning, so I got to kind of like, it's like they say freedom of speech, but it's really not free. You paying from these platforms. You got to watch what you say, how you say it, when you say it. You can't say certain things. They almost don't want you to even talk about politics. Talk about other things, but don't talk about politics. Talk about the things that are affecting our lives. It's crazy. Dude said,
Jarvis. Oh, I'm sorry. Jarvis said all black slaves need an honorable discharge. Blacks served the country to the fullest. Built the country. Absolutely. I agree. Dude said, honestly, I didn't see this kind of sympathy or uproar when they kept capturing deporting Haitians for years. Hello, do they got them on the news? Are they worried about they mama?
They doing them too.
No, I know they're doing them, but what I'm saying is that they cherry pick what they show on the news.
Sure.
You see how like Jarvis said he was so happy and hey, I'm going. He wasn't crying. He wasn't like, this is ridiculous. He didn't.
You gotta look at some other videos. That's just ABC portion where he was at the airport and it's actually sinking in that this is really happening. But you got to look at the other videos that led up to this weeks before. And it's an emotional roller coaster because at this point now he's saying, what can I do?
Yeah.
Can I do right now? I got to get on this plane and I got to leave.
Yeah. Jasmine said, nothing is free in this country. Land of the free.
Right. What a lie.
Yeah.
Land of the free, and you got to pay taxes. You got to pay property taxes. So how is it free? Where is the land? You're right, Jasmine. Where is it really free?
It's not.
Where is it really free? That's the part. That's crazy.
Yeah.
But we're gonna twist our last 20 minutes. We're going to change our last 20 minutes into conversation about money. Let's talk about money because I think this is most, if not all of our viewers can relate. If not all of our viewers can relate. One of the things I do want to put out here, and I think I may have it. Let me just see, is it available? I do have it on download, if I'm not mistaken. Excuse me, but one of the things I do want to make available to our viewers and to say thank each and every one of them for being a part of our 2 year journey. Can you believe it's been
Yeah,
2 years?
it's been 2 years. Yeah, I believe it.
It's been 2 years. So we
Mm-hmm.
want to say thank all of our viewers, our co-hosts for being a part of what we do and planning out this Mama Said It podcast. As many of you know, this was my daughter's ideal, Shakira. Shakira wanted to do a podcast. This was a few years ago. She would come to me and say, Mom, let's do a podcast. And I was like, a podcast? And I'm already up to my neck. But then she'll come back and say, Mom, let's do a podcast. Let's do a podcast. And I was like, oh, let me look into it. And she was like, Mom, we don't have to do all, just get on there and talk and get off. But my
Okay,
daughter,
you guys, that's her. Wait, that's her version. So here's my standpoint.
okay.
My mom, anybody that's under the sound of my voice that knows my mother, she is always working. Always. Now, this is before we merged and I started doing taxes full time. And I took this step out on faith and started, really this entrepreneur status. I was working my 9 to 5. I said, how can I get my mom away from her work for at least 1 hour? Now, she's always going to pick up the phone for me, y'all, and all that, but she's still working. She's always working, right? So I said, okay, let's do this podcast. It does not have to be fancy smancy, mommy. You don't have to. It's not a production. We're just getting on here. We always have really good conversations. And whenever somebody's around us, they laugh. They say we funny. I'm like, this will be like, we have good banter. So I was like, why don't we do this? I thought that it would be something that it would be quality time between me and her, but I would get her away from working and her mind off of what she's working on for an hour. But you guys, she's turned this into a production. So now this is work as well. But I appreciate it. And I thank you guys for tuning in. It's so much. It is fun for us. But that was the premise of why I wanted to do this. That is the number one, was to get her away from work. That was the number one thing.
That is true. She is absolutely telling the truth about that. And when she said, Mom, this is a way for me to spend time with you.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me like, oh my God, I don't spend time with you. And she was like, well, you always working. And I thought, as a little girl, one of my things was being afraid to fail and being afraid to be homeless and being afraid to be broke. It's always been my fear. And so I knew that I needed to always consistently work so I can keep a roof over our heads and keep money so that we didn't have to want for anything. And I definitely wanted my daughter to have a better childhood than what I've had. Not my daughter didn't want for anything. She had a great childhood. Thank God, right? I know that people used to say, wow, I think she was grown by the time she seen a roach, and she was having
a roach when I started working at the hotel and I was a housekeeping supervisor. That's when I started seeing her. But the thing of it is that you worked as hard as you did so that I can pick up the baton and the things that you have to face, I won't have to face because I learned them through you. So don't take it as you didn't spend enough time with me. It's called sacrifice. Like, I think every generation you're going to have to sacrifice something, but you have taught me from working so hard that I make sure that because of how you set my life up and you continue to pour into me and I'm now pouring into my kids, that I can now take vacations. I can now do and move how I want to do. But if you didn't sacrifice what you did, we wouldn't be where we're at. So I'm very thankful. It wasn't, it wasn't like you were unavailable. I just knew that you was working. Like anybody else, they may say, well, I don't know where my mom out clubbing. My mom is at the office. Okay. That's just where she's at. If you want to know where she's at the office. Well, it's 3 a.m. She's there. That's where she's at. So I don't take it for granted. I'm very appreciative of it. I want you to enjoy the fruits of your labor, but it's easier said than done. For you. But I'm happy that you're getting out, you're partying, you're doing your thing. But do understand that I appreciate everything and all the things that you sacrifice. And I don't take that as you not being there. It was sacrifice. It was sacrifice, and I appreciate it.
I appreciate you too. And I tell you, if it wasn't for you, this definitely would not have existed at all because
Yeah,
I was
I
far,
know.
far removed from any podcast,
I know. I know.
at all. But I'm glad that you did it because it gave us an opportunity to learn each other more because
Hmm.
we talk about so many different topics and it gave me an opportunity to see you in your enlightenment because I always wanted you to be your own individual person. I didn't want you to never feel as though you had to be a yes person to anybody. I
Oh
don't
yeah,
give a darn who it is.
yeah,
If I say something to you, of course I want you to mind me as a child, but I always ask you what you felt,
yeah,
and it was important for me to get your point of view as a child. And some parents are do as I say and not as I do. And you're setting examples and you're out there cussing and you're out there doing all these different things, but then you don't want your child to do it. And you look at them crazy when they do it,
yeah. You
and
can't.
I appreciate you because your respect is definitely there. But I do want to say also to our viewers who have participated, we have learned so much from our viewers,
Yes,
all of you who come
yes.
in. I mean, I've learned so much from our viewers. They're smart. We have smart viewers. Our
Hmm.
co-hosts, they ain't nobody like our co-hosts. I'm sorry.
Hmm.
They're above all the rest of the people who have podcasts out there because they bring it raw. They don't hold
Yeah,
back.
yeah,
They get on there and they'll talk. If they don't like you, they don't like what you're saying, they're gonna say it. If they disagree,
yeah,
they're gonna say it. And we
yeah.
appreciate that. And I'm saying I love each and every one of you. So for showing up for us, we want to show up for you all because we know the summer months are here. We know that many of you may want to travel and do some vacation. You might want to travel domestically, and some of you might want to travel internationally. Of course, for those of you who want to travel internationally, we selected certain places, but we want to be responsible for paying for your room and board, but we're not going to pay for your taxes and your utility and your food and your transportation. Okay, but we definitely want to make sure that we are a part of your journey and providing you with some options. And this is just a 50 of our viewers. Okay, I wish we could do more. Maybe next week it may be a different situation, but this week we have 50 vouchers and these are the places that you can go. Now, if you're interested, you have to send us a private message. Okay, get in touch with Shakira, and she's going to lead you into your voucher that you're going to receive. Now, let me just say this. These vouchers are not, I repeat, you don't have to do any type of presentation. It's
Hmm.
not anything about time sharing. This is a
Hmm.
real trip. This is a real legitimate trip. You go in, you check in, you get your room key, you go up to your room, and you don't have to do no presentation. So always remember that. Let me just say this: the trips are Hawaii, okay, New Orleans, Las Vegas, Miami, Orlando, Florida, New York City. Those are domestic. So it's Hawaii, New Orleans, Las Vegas, Miami, Orlando, New York City. The only thing you have to do, you have to redeem your voucher. When you redeem your voucher, your trip is good for 18 months. So once you redeem your voucher, which costs less than 60 bucks, okay, the hotel is a complimentary from Mama Said It podcast. Um, you pay the $60, it's less than 60. When you do that, you have up to 18 months to take your trip. You call the number, get in touch with your travel agent, and your travel agent will book your trip. I've had people who have we did vouchers in the past and trips in the past. They did them honeymoon. Zoraida, her and her husband went on their anniversary. And she always called me saying, "You got any more trips?" And every time we have some available for you now. We have about 50 trips. Now, let me give you the ones that's for international. The international trips are Bali. You can go to Bali, Berlin, Germany. You can go to Niagara Falls, both uh, Toronto and Toledo. You can also go to Rio de Janeiro, okay, Colombia, You can go to London and South Africa, Cape Town, South Africa. Okay,
Okay.
those are the international trips. Okay, let me
Mhm.
repeat the international trips, and we're going to post this so that when you are ready, it's Bali, Germany, Niagara Falls, in Toronto, Canada, is
Mhm.
Rio de Janeiro. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Colombia, London, and South Africa, which is Cape Town, South Africa. Okay,
Mhm.
so those are your international trips, and the vouchers for the international is less than $75. You pay that, and it gives you up to 18 months to redeem your voucher. And we're saying from Mama Said It to you all, this is our way of saying thank you guys so much for being a part of our journey.
Mhm.
If you don't feel as though you want to take the trip yourself, if you know somebody's getting married, you can get the trip and give it to someone who's getting married as a gift. Believe me, they will thank you for it. If you
Mhm.
going to a wedding, you're going to an anniversary, a birthday party, and you don't know what to give someone, where you could take this trip and give it to someone. It's okay with us, but we just want to know, we want our viewers to know that we truly appreciate you all. Um, Now, I want to get into the money part. Thank you, Rita. Thank you, Rita. I really appreciate you. Rita been knowing me since I was a teenager, so we go way, way back from Jumbo days. So thank you,
Mhm.
Rita. Definitely one of those vouchers got your name on it. Jasmine, your name on it. Um, Linda, your name on it. Dottie, your name on it. Dude, your name on it
Mhm.
for sure. And so many more of you, your name, you reach out, because once they're gone, they're gone. Now we may have other vouchers in the next couple of weeks. Next week we are having another surprise for you all, so I want you to stay tuned. And the trip, the it's not going to be a trip next week. It's going to be something different that you all will be able to utilize. Okay,
Mhm.
so let's talk about some money right now. Right, we want to talk about some money. Now, one of the things I want to say that there is a company where you can get up to $3,500. $3,500. Now, I want you all to please go there tonight. I mean, don't let this opportunity pass by. If you are a newcomer, if you are a newcomer, please go to this page tonight and sign up. It's you could go, Shakira, if you could be so kind to type this in. I'm showing it on the screen right now. You should be able to see it in a few seconds. It's called galaxyofstars.org. It's galaxyofstars.org. Okay. Now, Galaxy of Stars, and stars is with an S.org. This is a grant opportunity, and it's good for up to, the deadline ends tomorrow. Okay. It ends on the 30th, and they're giving away $3,500. This is for real. This is no fake. This is real money. Okay. Now
Mhm.
you apply for a chance to win up to $3,500 grant, brought to you by Hidden Star, which is a 501c nonprofit organization, has been supporting women and minority businesses owners for over 9 years. The application is really simple. Look at it. It's very simple. You fill in your name, your email, your zip code, your this and oh,
Hello.
I just went tie tongue on this word.
Okay.
Ethnicity, thank you. Gender,
Mhm.
your business status, and refer. You can put Mama Said It, okay, because they are aware opportunity for many, 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 and they are really, really legit, and they really give out real money. Okay, so please take the time. It takes you about 5 minutes to submit this short application. It won't take you long. Men and women, if you're a man, fill out the application for your wife, your sister. Fill it out for yourself. Fill it out. Now, if you're thinking about starting a business, or you're just starting your business, or you're experienced business owner, this is for you. Okay, go to galaxyofstars.org. Galaxyofstars.org. Okay, so we're going to change gears. We're going to go to another one because I have a few of them that I definitely want to share. Thank you so much, Dottie. Money, money, money.
Money,
That's
money.
right. Money, money, money. This is a money segment. And for the month of July, my daughter and I, we're going to be talking about money. We're going to be talking about courses. We're going to talk about so much information because we know that the course of life right now is changing for all of us, right? And we see that they're messing around right now with our medical. And before I go, I want to definitely talk about the big, beautiful bill for a few seconds, just to talk about my senior citizens and how it's affecting my seniors. But the other one I wanted, the grant that I want to talk about is called, let me just pull it up real quick. Just give me a second.
Jasmine said, I just filled out my application.
Come on, Jasmine, come through. See how fast that
Yes.
was?
Yes.
Yes. See how fast that was. It's fast. I mean, listen, don't procrastinate. Don't put it off for tomorrow. Don't say I'm going to do it later. Do it now. Do it now. I'm new to freight bill broker. Yes. Okay, son. I see you, son. My son is doing a course on freight broker. And he's going to be a new broker. So for those of you who are truck drivers out there who are looking for a broker to get you from destination from A to B, stay tuned. We're going to be giving you his company and his information real soon. Okay, so let's dive into this one is giving out $5,000, right? $5,000. Now here is the website. It's called Skip. SKIP. So Shakira, please type it in. Hello Skip. HELLOSKIP.com. Hello Skip. Now when you get to Hello Skip, you want to punch in and have a search engine, and it's going to be the $5,000 Skip grant for business growth. Business growth. The application is so short. It don't take you long. Listen, this is what I tell my clients. When you're doing grants, you want to fill out 20 grants, 10 grants at a time. Don't do one and be like, "Oh, I'm waiting to see whether I'm going to get it." Don't do that. That's nerve-wracking. Fill out as many grants as you possibly can. Now, if you want to learn how to do grants and how to fill out grant applications, let us know. We'll hold a class. Let us know. We will hold a class on how to fill out grants. Okay? Because we want some people, we want you to be getting this free money. This grants is money that you do not have to pay back. Okay. This grants is an opportunity that you don't have to pay this money back. Now, this $5,000 Skip grant for business growth, it ends on July the 18th. July the 18th. Okay, you go to where you go, Shakira. Please tell them.
HelloSkip.com.
Hello.
And then skip.com, and then you're going to search for 5,000 Skip grant for business growth in the search engine.
In a search engine. This is a good opportunity because, with now Galaxy and Skip grants and the whole many other nonprofit organizations, they come together. A lot of nonprofits come together collectively to give out money, right? So if you are a nonprofit organization, you might want to get connected with another nonprofit organization so you too can participate in giving out money to your community. It's very, very important. Now, we have another one that we want to share. Now, with Skip, I just want to say this. Skip also have on their website, they have one that's for $1,000, and this is an instant grant. You don't even have to wait, okay? It's right there on the Hello Skip website. You type in $1,000 instant grant, and you can get it. Listen, they're doing random people who are getting this. It may be every 15 people that click it, and maybe every 101 people who click it. We don't know how it's set up. We just know that they're giving out $1,000, and you might be one lucky person to get it. Okay.
Now, Jasmine said, "Is there an invite code for Skip?"
It shouldn't be an invite code.
Okay.
It shouldn't. Let me know if it is, and I'll make sure I get it for you. It should not be an invite code for Skip. It should not be. But let me know for sure if it is one, and then I'll look into this. There's another one. This here is let me just get this. I know some of you have what's called Shopify.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so this grant actually is through National Association of Self-Employed. National Association of Self-Employed. Let me just go here because right after we talk about this, we're also going to be talking about we're going to talk about some class action lawsuits that I need you to jump on. And these class action lawsuits are paying up to $1,500. And I don't want y'all to miss out on this money because it is money to be had. Let me just see here. National Association of Self-Employed. I'm going to get that information because I know they have a grant up to $4,000 to individual people who have a Shopify account. Okay. Now, if you go to shopify.com and type in National Association of Self-Employed, you should be able to get that. So I'm trying to see. It might be on the NAS website too. So it may be on the NAS website too. But I'll check into that a little bit more because I was reading about it earlier and kind of like got sidetracked. So I do apologize about that. There is a federally funded R&D grants, phase 1 and 2. These awards range from $50,000 to $275,000, up
Mm-hmm.
to $1.8 million, and it's open to new tech startups. Okay, this is for those individuals who are in tech. If you're in tech,
If you're in tech.
this is going to be for you.
Mm-hmm.
Now you're going to go to joinhomebase.com. Joinhomebase.com. When you go to joinhomebase.com in the search engine, you're going to type in grants. I'm actually going real for Shakira while I'm doing this, and then you could take you how you doing it, Shakira, but you could take it. I put it in the private
And it's
section.
okay. Okay, I got it.
Now, let me just say that this particular grant here is Small Business Innovation Research Program. And there is between $50,000 and $275,000, but up to $1.8 million. So if you know anyone that is into the tech business, this is going to be something good for them. Okay, something good for them. I do have some grants that are in different cities and towns. So if you put the city and town that you're in, then I can look up specific grants for your city and town because a lot of cities and states give out
Mm-hmm.
grants that you may not be aware of. And we don't want you to lose out on any funds. Now,
Mm-hmm.
I know this is something that y'all might be surprised to hear. I don't know whether any of you heard about this or not, but Amazon also have a grant.
Oh
Did you hear
wow.
about that?
No, I didn't.
Yes. Amazon has a grant. And let me see here. Amazon has a grant awarding up between 15,000 and 25,000 to small business startups.
Okay.
Okay. And I'm going to put that information in the chat. I'm going to give you more precise information about that grant. So this
Okay.
week coming, Shakira, I'm going to give you a lot of information this week about grants so that you could be able to share it with your audience. We'll share with our Mama Said It. Mama Said It, please share it with your people. Just spread it all around, but make sure you put yours in first.
Yeah.
Don't do like I do, because I'll be spreading it all around and be forgetting about myself. And I get phone calls, girl, I got that $15,000. I'm like, what $15,000? That grant you told me about. And I'm like, oh my God, I ain't even put it in for myself. So do not, I repeat, do not make that mistake. And I'm trying my
Yeah.
best to be conscious not to make those kind of mistakes anymore, because you don't want to be telling other people about no grants and then you forgetting about yourself. That ain't
Exactly.
smart.
No.
That's not smart.
Mm-mm.
Let me see here. Jasmine had a comment.
She said yes, it's making if I have one for Skip, I don't think it's mandatory.
No, it's not man. It shouldn't be
It's not mandatory.
mandatory
Yeah.
because speaking with them, it's not mandatory. It's open. They have a committee. They go through these grants applications, and they just pick people every month. So what I this is what I'm encouraging myself to do, and I'm going to share it with you. You have your cell phone, you have a calendar in your cell phone, you have an alert in your cell phone. So the Hello Alice grants, for an example, they do theirs on a monthly basis. You
Mm-hmm.
can set your time or your schedule to say on the first of every month or the second of every month, I'm going to apply for this grant. So
Mm-hmm.
you figure out of 12 months, hopefully you'll get it'll happen for you at least once,
Yeah, yeah.
right? At least once. The more chances, the more you participate, the more chances you have. Hey, Lance, thank you so much for joining, cuz. It was so good seeing you, cousin, and your beautiful family, cuz. I enjoyed y'all so, so much, Lance.
Mm-hmm.
I enjoyed you so much, cuz. Absolutely. Please stay tuned. We're discussing money. Now, one of the things that I want to talk about, I want to change gears for just a second, right? Many of you may already be knowing that your cell phone, people may be listening, eavesdropping. I know some of y'all may have that kind of feeling, right? Well, this time I want to share with you on how you possibly can get paid for people eavesdropping on you. Now, cell phone who have the wrong number, we're going to talk about this first. Cell phones who have the wrong number. Say somebody call you and they ask them if it's a Joe Blow, for an example, and it's the wrong number. Because oftentimes, if you change your phone number
Mm-hmm. You're getting
to
somebody
another
else's whole
number,
number.
correct. So the
Mm-hmm.
collection agency may be calling for another person. Those phone calls that you receive where a collection agency is calling the wrong number, that is a violation. Okay. You can get paid between $500 up to $1,500 per violation. So if they called you 3 times in a week, that could be up to $1,500 per violation.
Oh wow.
Yes, per violation. So I'm gonna put in the chat, and we're on Facebook, y'all. For Mama Said It, and hopefully we'll be able to share this information to those who are also in the chat um, on TikTok. But there is a class action lawsuit that is going on right now as we speak for those who have been getting the wrong number. Especially, say for example, if they leave a voicemail, say, "Hey, I'm looking for Johnny Joe."
Mm-hmm.
And there's no Johnny Joe, and it's a collection agency. Keep that number, keep that message. Don't get rid of it. I'll tell you where you would go to file a complaint,
Mm-hmm.
and it could be worth up to $1,500. When these collection agencies and companies call, they're supposed to have the right number when they make the connection. You're not supposed to
Mm-hmm.
be calling the wrong numbers. And you want to know your rights. That's all. This is only just knowing your rights, what you can and cannot do. Okay, so that's one. What I wanted to share with you on this one. I know you can see my screen. You have to see if you qualify. There's a phone number that you can call, and there is a website. Shakir, can you see this website is www.gdrlawfirm.com.
Got
So that's
you.
gdrlawfirm.com. For some of our viewers, it's on TikTok. This is a law firm. I'm going to share their phone number because it's on a public site. It's 561-826-5477. 561-826-5477. Okay, we're almost out of time. We're almost out of time. Okay, I have another one that I want to share with you all. Let me see. I think Lance has a comment.
I have multiple collections calling me every day, not involving me. Oh, that's a slam
Oh, yeah. Don't get rid of those numbers. Don't get rid of those numbers, Lance. Don't get rid of those numbers. If they're leaving a message, record the number
dunk.
and
Mm-hmm.
the time that they called, because it should show up on your phone bill. Okay, so you have a way to track the number. And this is definitely a violation that the Federal Credit Reporting Act. You can file a complaint. Once you put in a complaint, they're going to investigate. Once they investigate, then you could be up to be receiving up to $1,500. I do know people that they be hoping that they call them.
Yeah.
Okay. You got a lot of people that know the law and they work the law to their best advantage. And when they work the law to their best advantage, they find themselves with some rent money, mortgage payment, car payment, insurance, and these things
Yeah.
help out on a lot of things that you may be looking for some side money. So I do want to share so you can be aware of the things that are out there. The other thing I want to make you aware of before we go, and I know that we got to cut this call a little bit short because we are running out of time. Apple has agreed to pay $95 million settlement in a class action lawsuit concerning, guess who? Guess who?
Samsung.
Siri.
Oh, Siri.
Yes, Siri has been eavesdropping. Okay, unintentionally, they say. But guess what? She's been unintentionally recording private conversations, and Apple shared this data with third parties.
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's
Now,
what they messed
Apple
up.
has not admitted any wrongdoing, but will pay out to settlement to resolve the allegations. Now, users, now check this out. Now, the $95 million is a lot of money, right? But guess how much they're paying per device?
$20. Oh, per device, $100.
No, it's only $20, y'all.
Yeah.
Only $20 per Siri. Now, if you have an Apple cell phone, thank you so much, Prestige. Thank you so much. I really appreciate the roses. Thank you. If you have Prestige, look, Prestige, you got my mind going in another direction. Listen, if you have an Apple device such as iPhone, if you have an iPad, Shakira, tablet,
iPad, anything
right?
with Apple symbol
Anything with Apple, you can get paid. A MacBook, correct, correct, up to $100. Okay, I know it may not seem like a lot of money, y'all. Okay, I know it may not seem like a lot of money, but if you get 100 here, 20 here, 80 here, that and it comes unexpectedly, it can be a night out.
Yeah.
You understand what I'm saying? It could be night out on the town. So these are things that I want to share. Now I know I'm not going to be able to get into. I mean, I'm putting together right now my daughter and I, an updated grant book. This grant book is going to be grants that are available right now for business owners, existing business owners, and those who are trying to start their own business. Okay. And this grant information is going to be less than $20, but let me tell you, it's going to be the best $20 you ever spent. Not only is it going to be the best $20, but we're going to have live Zooms to be able to go into talking about these grants and be able to help those who are having problems in filling out these grants. Okay. Because we want to see I want to see grants come back. You come back and say you received a grant. I really want to see that. I really want to see that. Now, Shakira, I know we ran out of minutes. We actually went over 10 minutes, so I'm going to have to shorten this live. I do apologize, but please like, follow, share, subscribe to my channel so that way you could be aware of different grants that's coming up and available. I have so much information to be able to share with you. And Shakira, do you have any last comments that you would like to
it's
share?
hot, so stay cool. That's
How about
it.
talking
Be
about your live that
blessed.
comes on in the morning?
Oh, yes, every day, you guys, 6:30 a.m. Okay, Eastern Standard Time, Monday through Friday.
Monday through Friday on TikTok. Shakira, are you there? I guess I can finish her comment. I don't know what happened with her phone, but she has Monday through Friday. She comes on at 6:30 in the morning, and it's for 1 hour, approximately 1 hour. And she talks about God, and she talks about so many other topics. So please join her TikTok. And her name on TikTok is Binge, BING View, VIEW, Binge View. Prestige, I'm going to get in touch with you so I can help you along. If you already have a business, I can help you along. Definitely. Okay, my daughter froze. She froze. Okay. So listen, I want to say to each and every one of you, thank you so much. Thank you so much for joining. And stay tuned for another episode of Mama Said It. We hope to have you join us next week. Don't forget about those vacations. Please let us know which one you would like, and we will send you the information so you can be able to go out with your family 5 days, 4 nights, enjoy your family and have some fun, and come back and tell us all about it. Okay. Yes. Thank you, Jasmine. Is a binge view. BINGEVIEW, Binge View on TikTok. Thank you, Jasmine. You're so sweet. Thank you. Jasmine, I'm still waiting for you to come on. Let me know when you want to come on live. Jasmine, you can even just come on live, and you don't have to show your face if you're shy. We just want to hear your voice. Okay, just let me know when you want to do that, Jasmine. I'm not going to stop asking you. You're long overdue, Jasmine. You know what? Because I don't know what they talked about Alexis. Now, I don't know. Is Siri and Alexis the same? I'm not sure. Is Siri and Alexis the same? I'm not sure. I do know that they mentioned Siri, and all of it is in our Facebook Mama Said It podcast. If you come to Mama Said It podcast on Facebook, you will see the links to all of the grants that I just discussed. You'll see all the links of the grants that I just discussed. Y'all make sure y'all have a wonderful evening. God bless you. May this week coming up be a week that you will prosper and have unfound money. Unfound money. We're going to talk about unfound money too next week too, because I think that's something that many of you, because there's a lot of people I see on my directory that have thousands and thousands of dollars that's available, and they haven't collected their money yet. And I'm trying to figure out, if you don't want to collect your money, give it to a nonprofit organization. Okay. We have Bishop Jenkins. He has a nonprofit organization. He's helping young men and women change their lives, giving them a second chance. You know, he could use the money to be able to help these young people, to give them the tools that they need to be able to come out in society, to be great citizens. So he can use the money in his nonprofit organization. Dina McMillan, she has a nonprofit organization, Sunflowers. You know, she can use the money. So if you have money that's on these websites that I'm going to share next week, and you don't want the money, give it to a nonprofit organization. I would give you a list of some of my friends who are doing great work, and they can use some of these funds. All right, I'm going to sign off. May God bless each and every one of you, and we'll talk next week. Till we meet again. Mama said it. Woo. There'll be days like this. Mama said it. Days like this. Mama said it. Woo. All right, y'all. Enjoy.